The morning sun had barely begun to rise, casting a soft golden hue over the city, as Maria Rodriguez made her way to the towering skyscraper she had cleaned for the past decade. Maria was a humble cleaning lady, dedicated and hardworking, often arriving before anyone else and leaving after everyone had gone home. Her life was one of quiet routine, her work largely unseen and unappreciated by the office workers who bustled about their day. On this particular morning, as Maria entered the building, she noticed something unusual. The usually calm and serene atmosphere of the office was broken by a faint, muffled sound coming from the upper floors. Curiosity piqued. She decided to investigate, her heart pounding as she ascended the stairs. Reaching the 5th floor, Maria's eyes widened in horror. Smoke was billowing out from one of the conference rooms, and through the glass windows, she could see a small child trapped inside, crying and banging on the door. The building's fire alarm had not yet been triggered, and there was no one else around to help. Without a second thought, Maria grabbed a fire extinguisher from the wall and rushed towards the conference room. The heat was intense, and the smoke stung her eyes, but she pushed through, determined to save the child. She managed to break the glass door with the extinguisher, shattering it into a million pieces, and pulled the terrified child out, shielding him with her own body as she guided him to safety. As they emerged from the smoky haze, Maria could hear the distant wail of sirens. She collapsed to the ground, coughing and gasping for air, but relief washed over her as she realized the child was safe. The office workers, who had begun to gather outside, stared in shock and awe at the scene unfolding before them. "Who is she?" someone whispered. "That's Maria, the cleaning lady," another replied, astonished. "Welcome back to Inspiring Corner. If you're moved by Maria's bravery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories." News of Maria's heroic act spread quickly. The office building was evacuated safely, and the fire department managed to contain the blaze before it caused significant damage. Maria was hailed as a hero, and the story of how a humble cleaning lady had saved a child's life captured the hearts of many. The office workers, who had previously ignored Maria, now looked at her with newfound respect and admiration. The building's management decided to hold a special ceremony to honor her bravery. Maria, who had always been content with remaining in the background, found herself in the spotlight. She was presented with a plaque and a bonus check, and the local news stations clamored for interviews. Despite the sudden attention, Maria remained humble. She continued to do her job with the same dedication as before, often staying late to ensure the building was spotless. However, not everyone was pleased with her newfound fame. Jealous whispers began to circulate among some of the office staff, who resented the attention she was receiving. "Why should a cleaning lady get so much praise?" one employee grumbled. "Yeah, she just got lucky," another chimed in. "Anyone would have done the same." Maria tried to ignore the negativity, focusing on her work and the support of those who appreciated her. But the envy and resentment continued to grow, leading to more overt acts of hostility. One day, Maria found her cleaning supplies sabotaged, with bleach poured over her mops and cloths. Another time, she discovered her locker vandalized, her personal belongings scattered and damaged. The incidents left Maria feeling isolated and discouraged, but she refused to let the negativity defeat her. She found solace in the gratitude of the child she had saved and his family, who remained in touch and often visited her to express their thanks. The weeks that followed were tough for Maria. The initial admiration from her coworkers had faded, replaced by a cold indifference or outright hostility from a few. One day, she was summoned to the office of Mr. Thompson, the building manager. "Maria, we've received some complaints about your work recently," Mr. Thompson said, not meeting her eyes. "I know you've been through a lot, but we need to maintain standards." Maria felt a lump form in her throat. "I understand, Mr. Thompson. I'll do better." But the complaints continued to pile up, many of them fabricated by the envious few who wanted to see her fail. Maria's supervisor, influenced by the rumors and complaints, began to scrutinize her work more harshly, finding fault in the smallest details. The stress began to take its toll on Maria, who was already dealing with the emotional aftermath of the fire. One evening, after everyone had left, Maria sat alone in the break room, feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders. She wondered if it was all worth it, if her act of bravery had done more harm than good. As she wiped away a tear, she heard a gentle knock on the door. It was Mr. Evans, one of the senior executives who had always been kind to her. He stepped inside, closing the door behind him. "Maria, I know things have been hard for you lately," he said softly, "but I want you to know that not everyone feels the way those few do. You are appreciated, more than you realize." Maria looked up, surprised. "Thank you, Mr. Evans. It's been difficult." Mr. Evans nodded. "I can see that, but you have to remember why you did what you did. You saved a life, Maria. No one can take that away from you. And those who matter, they know the truth." His words gave Maria a renewed sense of purpose. She decided that she would not let the negativity of a few overshadow the good she had done. She continued to work with the same dedication, but now with a quiet strength, determined to rise above the pettiness. Welcome back to Inspiring Corner. If Maria's resilience inspires you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories. As time went on, the tide began to turn. Mr. Evans, impressed by Maria's perseverance, decided to take action. He spoke with Mr. Thompson and the rest of the management team, advocating for Maria and highlighting the unjust treatment she had been facing. "Maria is an asset to this building," Mr. Evans argued. "She has shown more courage and dedication than anyone else here. We need to support her, not tear her down." The management team took his words to heart. They began to monitor the situation more closely, addressing the complaints and ensuring that Maria was treated fairly. The hostile environment slowly began to improve, and those who had been envious of her started to realize the error of their ways. One day, as Maria was cleaning the lobby, she was approached by a young woman she had never seen before. "Excuse me, are you Maria Rodriguez?" the woman asked. Maria nodded, curious. "Yes, that's me. My name is Sarah," the woman said, tears welling up in her eyes. "I'm the mother of the child you saved. I've been wanting to meet you and thank you in person." Maria felt a lump in her throat. "It was nothing, really. I'm just glad he's safe." "It was everything to me," Sarah replied, her voice trembling with emotion. "You saved my son's life. I don't know how to ever repay you." Overwhelmed, Maria hugged Sarah, feeling a sense of fulfillment she had never known before. It wasn't about the recognition or the accolades. It was about the lives she had touched, the difference she had made. News of Sarah's visit spread through the office, and it sparked a change in the atmosphere. People began to approach Maria, offering genuine words of gratitude and support. The hostility that had once surrounded her dissipated, replaced by a sense of respect and admiration. Maria's journey had been filled with hardship and adversity, but she had emerged stronger, more resilient. She continued to work as a cleaning lady, but now with a sense of pride and purpose. She had proven that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Thank you for watching Inspiring Corner. If Maria's story has touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories.